Hello, my name is Jessica King, and my research paper for senior project is called Dating in an Online World, What It Means for the Future of Relationships. Did you ever think about 10 years ago that you would be able to type in the exact criteria of what you were looking for in a potential partner, and then within seconds have those criteria met, and with a personal profile of that person, what they look like, everything at your fingertips? Right now, that's what's happening with the evolving of social media in our culture today. Online dating has become its own kind of social media community, with sites like ourtime.com that caters to strictly people who are 50 and older. You have sites like Christian Mingle, who cater to those who have Christian values. And then you also have blackpeoplemeet.com, which caters to the African American community, seeking others of African American race. I mean, it's so vast, the amount of information that's out there, and online dating is becoming more and more popular as the years go on. I decided to choose this subject because I'm 27. A lot of my friends are in their early 30s and are single and are turning to these online dating sites to find potential mates, which is interesting to see them go through on a daily basis. They're constantly checking their emails to see if somebody emailed them about their profile or poked them or anything like that. It's become almost as popular as checking your Facebook or your Twitter account. So I thought that this was kind of like an homage to my friends that are kind of dating, using the online dating sources to give them a little bit more information. I was initially going to focus on infidelity, which I thought was becoming more of an issue in our society. A lot of my friends that are single are single because of cheating with online websites and dating sites. So I think that this was my way of kind of finding out more information. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the lit review of the concepts that I found in the research articles that were relevant to this subject. I'm going to go over a summary of what my initial feelings of those concepts, the research questions which I came up with regarding the summary, and then the problems and future research that I think that some of the articles were lacking, and things that I believe that could help all of us learn more about online dating and why people choose it, and maybe why people decide to go that route, and then my closing. So first I'm going to talk to you about some of the key concepts that I found in the research. First was self-disclosure or self-presentation. I found a lot of people with a lack of nonverbal cues that are available to you with internet interactions, that you kind of have to rely and manipulate the text to get across what you want people to know about you. And the more that it's easier to let people know more about you through text interaction, through emails, because you don't have that face-to-face interaction, and maybe getting away or lying with certain things or not saying all of your quirks or whatever is easier to display in a text format. Also, the more you disclose, the more you want to deepen those relationships. If you want to have a face-to-face interaction with this potential partner, you're going to tell them more about yourself. You're going to tell them maybe where you live, about your family, things of that nature, which I found mainly in the article of Ellison from 2006. Also, a really big concept that I found was the socio-emotional selectivity theory, which pertains mainly to age and not so much gender. They mainly were talking about that the older people get, the more their life goals change, and that they are not satisfied with going out to a bar or going to the grocery store and going up to somebody and potentially starting a conversation that would lead to a partnership. So they're going to the unconventional ways of online dating and ads for that single people put out and responding to those and making their profiles, because it's just easier. They don't want the muss, the fuss. They can put their criteria in and they will find exactly what they're looking for, instead of doing that process of elimination that we kind of do at our age right now when you meet somebody out. They also stated that people in an older age range, the older they are, the more likely they are to tell people that they're using online dating. It's not so much of a taboo anymore. People are willing to share with their family and friends that this is an outlet that they're willing to take to find love in their life. With the divorce rates, 50% or more at this point, actually, people are going and looking for love and getting remarried a second or third time. And I think that this theory kind of caters to that lifestyle. And that was in Steph year in 2009. Also, a big main concept was a hyperpersonal CMC, which is they're using internet opposed to face-to-face contact. You can use Skype, you can use video chats. There's all kinds of outlets now that you can see a person face-to-face, but they're still keeping a distance from that person that they don't really know completely that well yet, and utilizing the internet to keep that kind of distance, which I think is important, and it shows that we're willing to trust, but we're only willing to trust so much. And also with the personal CMC, the people who are more apt to present an idealistic view of themselves, or think of an idealistic view of who they're talking to on the other end of the keyboard. You can, like I stated before, with the self-presentation, you can omit what to add into your profile. You can say everything positive about you and leave out the certain things that you don't think are very attractive about yourself, and vice versa with the person on the other end. So you don't really know if what is genuine and what isn't. So I think that's really important thing that could be further researched in a lot of these things. The research questions I came up with because of, like I said before, I initially went into this about infidelity. The infidelity information in the research articles aren't necessarily out there just yet. There was one or two, but not enough information to actually maintain any kind of changing in what I found already. So my first research question was, is homosexuality in the use of online dating relevant to the research that we have on online dating? Homosexuality is huge, but I couldn't find very much information on them in using online dating websites. Why aren't they involved? A lot of the research that I found was that they omitted those surveys and questionnaires that were received by homosexual couples or homosexual people wanting to do the surveys. So I think that we really need to look at that. They are just as much of a demographic than somebody over 65 or somebody that's Chinese. Everybody needs to be involved, and I don't think the research is relevant unless everyone is involved. Research question number 2 is, how often is online dating solely used to cheat on a significant other? That also goes back to my infidelity. The research that I did have didn't really discuss infidelity. It mainly focused on that of the presentation, your idealistic views, trusting people, things of that nature. So I think that this question also needs to be really looked at to get more of an idea of why people cheat. Research question number 3, do those using online dating maintain multiple close relationships with the goal of meeting? That question means, like, are people, once they find somebody as a match on their profile, are they talking to all these multiple people with the hopes of meeting them? Or are they just kind of having a monogamous online dating relationship? I think that's also, that was lacking in research that I think would be important to know. How many relationships are you kind of juggling at once and then choosing that in particular person that you like best? So, kind of reiteration after my research questions, there wasn't a lot of information. I mean, on online dating, yes, like I said, they talked about a lot of self-presentation, self-disclosure, putting certain profile pictures out there that were more flattering than others, things like that. And I mean, those are helpful and those are relevant things to research, but I think, once again, they're lacking the sexual orientation part. That needs to be affected, and I think that might change some of the research statistics when you go back into some of these methods and the results. I think a lot of the research might have been a little bit different if they had added the homosexual demographic within that. And again, infidelity. We need to find, why do people cheat? I think there needs to be more information and even like a questionnaire. Why do you cheat? What do you consider cheating? Is just a text format cheating? Is a physical relationship cheating? And what does online dating do to kind of affect that on our views of what cheating is? I think that our view of cheating now, with so many people using online dating and social media sites, just emailing back and forth. I have friends that get extremely mad at their significant others just for emailing back and forth with maybe an ex-girlfriend or somebody that just had fronted them recently that they don't even know. So that's a whole other avenue that needs to be explored. Also, forgiveness. There was some research on forgiveness, on forgiving people that cheat, why people forgive people that cheat, and most of them were when face-to-face relationships. And I think we need to look in why people forgive those that cheat online as well. It's all part of infidelity and how we maintain relationships in our society. It's all important and it all needs to be developed together. In closing, it's so much evolving in front of our eyes with this online dating. Things are becoming so fast and at our fingertips that it's kind of scary to really think that, is this how we're going to start finding our potential partners? Is this how we're going to start planning families? Or, you know, the possibilities are endless with this kind of technology. And I think with more research and more time, that we're going to find out a lot of things on the future of our relationships. And I hope that face-to-face stays, because me personally, I cannot find myself doing it. I don't trust people on the other end, especially with shows like Catfish that are on TV right now. The stories are few and far between that it's actually the person that you think or expect to be on the other side of the keyboard. Thank you.